A very warm welcome to the FT-Telecom Summit for 2013, organised again with the help of our partner ETNO and this year's sponsor HSBC. And what a year it has been since we last met. The world's largest ever telecoms deal was struck in the US, with Vodafone's $130 billion sale raising a bond the size of the national Slovakian debt. Bankers say it feels like 1999 again, although without the bonuses. Consolidation plays in Germany and Ireland have followed Austria and Switzerland, and who knows where next. Europe is a focus for the global telecoms giants such as AT&T and America Mobile, and share prices are rising as investors take interest again in the sector. Of course, conditions can still be painted quite bleakly, with revenues and prices falling in many markets, still facing economic headwinds. But the industry is following a not untypical cycle of financial repair, cutting costs and dividends, selling non-core assets, and cleaning portfolios built in the boom time. Sector debt remains high, but there's greater stability on balance sheets, and that means increasing capex and investments in the long run. Technology can finally become a card that the industry plays. With 4G and fibre comes premium pricing and new data-centric models of revenues. But as importantly, there is the chance for a structural reform in the sector, the largest in the last 20 years, with the right sort of noises finally coming from Brussels and welcome regulations on fixed-line pricing. But there is still the great question mark over what will happen with these ambitious but welcome plans for the single European telecoms market. There are still problems, not least whether the noises in Brussels turn into action, given a tight timetable and opposition in some parts of Europe. Too much watering down of reforms will beg the question, why bother? So today we will hear from Ms. Kroes and the market's biggest companies about whether there can and will be a single market for telecoms, what it may look like, and how it can change the conditions in this critical moment of market inflection. Before I hand over, let me remind you to switch off your mobiles, as splendid as they no doubt are given this tech-savvy telecoms crowd. There is Wi-Fi available thanks to Belgacom, which has sensibly set the password as the company name, which we have reason to thank twice, actually, for helping stream this live on the FT Live website. We would be very grateful if you could complete the feedback forms which improve these events for next year. Speeches and videos of the summit will be available on the website from October the 18th, and there'll be photos from tomorrow. And lastly, I want to stress that this event is designed to be as interactive and open as possible. So please do get involved with questions as you see fit. Simply introduce yourself by name and by company and fire away. We'll be ready and waiting. And with that housekeeping out of the way, this year's summit will be opened with a brief introduction from Daniel Pataki, director of our partner, ETNO.